Today we're in West Palm Beach, visiting the guys at Ollie and Jolle, and let's check them out. All right, guys, who are you and why are you doing this here?
Well, father and son.
Yes.
And a while ago, my dad wanted to build one of these for himself to take out and enjoy with his friends and family. And then people just had a massive interest for it. I mean, I'll let you tell the story, but.
Well, yeah, 7 years ago. So it's a recreation of a 1960s Fiat Jolly. Now, there are only 100 of these. It's the 600 version. Too valuable. So I created one by building molds for a body. And then, because electric was coming along, I put Tesla batteries and a full AC34 motor.
So is the body straight, like a mold straight from the original car, or did you recreate it altogether?
The body is actually a full recreation. We had access to a real one for measurement, but then we made a wooden plug, hand finished it.
Yeah.
We didn't have CNC money back then. So this is actually a hand sculpted car. And then we have production tools, which you will actually see around the factory.
All right, perfect. So how many of these did you build?
We're on number 9 and 10.
All right. Are they mainly in Florida, or do you ship them out?
They're all kind of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly Florida.
Local Palm Beaches, Delray.
They're the perfect
Miami.
car, aren't they? Yeah. Let's go through the running gear and the battery pack.
So this one it's going to have 2 Tesla modules in the back, a 10 kilowatt. It's got an AC34 HPVS motor hooked into a VW gearbox,
Nice,
but then
yeah.
left in second gear. This is under a VW title. It's a recreation, so it's actually got a VW front end, but narrowed.
Yeah, get to use all those hot rodder rules. But yeah, and you know, keeping the same style, Monza cap with the charging port. It just fits perfectly.
It's actually 2 inches wider than an original. The originals are very narrow cars and big guys in the modern people. So the back seat is 7 inches further back because we don't have the engine back there.
So the wheelbase is the same?
Same wheelbase, same body
It looks
length.
bigger, yeah.
It's a 2 meter wheelbase, the same as an original. Externally, probably if you put it next to another one, you'd spot that it's 2 inches wider.
okay.
But I'm
Which we won't,
6'5", and you know, I can fit very comfortably compared to our original in here. So that was kind of our main focus as being big guys. And it's carried through all the cars we've built. It has to fit me or him.
Also the fabric roof, normally they end up with extensions to make the roof higher, which spoils the proportions. So we built a fiberglass skin underneath, so it holds the fabric up above your head. So you do have the headroom, but it hasn't changed the proportions of the car from a distance.
And it also, you can fit, we have customers that have surf racks on top, so you can actually carry things. We, one of our prototypes, we actually put a barbecue on top, and it carried it perfectly. It looked very funky, but...
That's a good way to test the production.
So some of the recreated pieces, like at the back, the cooling, so like you have to hide a brake light in the back.
Yes.
So we actually laser cut this in marine grade aluminum and hand polish. So these aren't chrome, but this car is 3 years old and being in the Florida salt, and it looks just as good. The bits we get challenged with are the original Italian parts.
Like, you cannot find them anymore?
Well, no, this is an original Fiat 600.
But it pits and rusts. That's the problem. You can kind of see some of it already.
But we do have to completely change all the bulbs and everything inside is corroded away since the 60s.
Yeah.
With the logo, we actually handmade that, and the original had a Y, and so we changed it to E for electric.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this particular build we need to mention?
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
Just kind of one-offs.
The completely English steering wheel. Everything's custom, so when the client comes in, they're actually choosing their fabrics, their colors. We take them to the store, they pick different samples, we spray test panels.
Yeah, we go.
So they get the Rolls-Royce experience for their Fiat.
Yes, exactly.
And usually the client's got it in their garage at their Palm Beach home, and they lend it to their friends because they don't want them driving their Bentleys and Rollses. And so this is what tourists get to drive around in.
Before we go a bit forward in the garage, tell us a bit more about the story of the company.
My heritage back in England was actually working for Lucas, Land Rover, Jaguar until about 93.
Okay.
I wanted to travel the world, so I invented a submarine and then started manufacturing and moved to Florida.
Wow.
So that's 30 years ago. About 7 years ago, I was like, why didn't I build myself a car? And that's why I'm back in building cars again.
Next project, completely different thing.
Oh yeah. So, you know, we built enough little cars, and a client came to us and said, hey, I want to take a factory 5 Daytona Coupe and make it completely electric. And we've done that. You know, we've modified the chassis to take Model 3 Tesla cells. It also has a Model S limited slip motor in the rear, power steering, cooling, AC. We're just getting started on this project. Came back from powder coating, and now we're doing assembly. Our body's getting prepped for paint. But this car, it's insane.
So let's review the whole chassis and your new drivetrain.
Yes, so well, starting up front, so this is factory 5, and they do include amazing suspension that they've done all their engineering for, but we did have to modify the steering because we incorporated an electric assist program, so we had to put in a manual rack and our own mounting points for that. We are utilizing the original radiator and now new electrically powered AC. So that's all teamed in, and that goes into the battery pack, and it has its own pumping system, which is right here. And then right in the middle, where the engine would have been, is now 4 Tesla Model 3 cells, and they come perfectly up to the top. We've kept everything structurally and strength-wise the same. So
did you have to strip them though? How much of the module do you keep?
Pretty much everything on its own. You know, the modules are pretty well sealed inside Tesla packs. So we remove all the sealants, you know, all the framing and everything, and then just the cells themselves are put in.
And what BMS solution did you opt for?
We have a Thunderstruck solution that we then epoxied everything together because the connectors are quite brittle. So 3D printed and then actually sealed them completely.
Nice. Okay.
And it'll also have a full aluminum box and our logos and everything up top once this pack comes up.
So the central gravity on this car is actually a lot lower than a V8 would be, and then especially with the Model 3 small unit in the back with limited slip diff, it's going to handle extremely well.
Let's check it out. So in the cab doesn't change too much. The dashboard
No.
will be the same. Sitting position should be unchanged.
It should be completely unchanged. Obviously the tunnel now doesn't carry through, but we've kept it very strong because the battery pack goes here, and then now we'll have custom framing and interior firewall that will come through.
The tunnel only ends up half an inch wider than...
You could hardly tell it's electric.
Yeah, people are going to get in and go, well, this is slightly different, but
well,
why?
there's no gear shift, but that's it.
Exactly, yeah. And we'll have a nice billet, you know, gear selector, so people can, you know, people will tell then, like, did you put an auto in this? And then they'll hear nothing starts. So and then AC unit. And then
we've oversized the AC unit a bit because being Florida and you're sitting there, you really need a nice big, so it's a vintage air AC system running off a 400 volt compressor. So we're actually running a full commercial compressor. We're not running at 12 volts on the compressor.
Yeah,
we
want the real deal, especially this owner's based in Florida, so, and he wants to go to Miami, so it gets quite hot during the summer.
Okay.
Rear suspension is Wilwood, and it's also, you know, Wilwood's a partner with Factory 5. Fantastic brakes. We got custom suspension and everything from Factory 5. Then we had to completely modify the rear suspension. It's fully independent. Factory 5 gives you a choice of solid or independent, and we went with independent for the Tesla drivetrain. We had to lengthen the bottom A-arms and everything to fit the Model S motor in the rear, and obviously that has a limited slip diff.
So you have 2 different systems for cooling both the motor and the battery pack.
Yeah, because the motor can run hotter, and the battery, we don't want it overheating. You know, in Florida, this is a real problem. So the 2 separate cooling systems, and if needed, we can actually use the AC to cool the motor as well if needed.
Wow. Yeah. Let's talk weight, and more importantly, weight distribution.
We've kept the original weight distribution, which was amazing. We got it on the scales, and I can't remember what we were weighing in at already. Was it?
What's funny is our body weight is the same as a V8 with the drive system in it. So we put the car on its wheels, and we have the digital wireless measuring system. So we actually weighed the car with us in there as a V8, and then we did it with this in, and it's the same weight and the same weight distribution.
Yeah, a little more in the rear, you know, kind of, you know, and especially
like 2%.
2% in the rear.
Yeah, it's hot. You can hardly tell.
Imagine, And also having the battery pack pushed as far back as we possibly can helps so much, and I think we're going to have really great results with handling. I think it's going to be fantastic.
So when will this be completed? I know it's a tricky question, but maybe you have a set deadline or an event to go to?
We've already driven the motor on the bench. That's all worked before the control units. We've already tested the battery. That produced the right power. So over the next month, the goal is to get the wiring into it, get the wheels turning. We were waiting on the drive shafts, which now have arrived, custom made, so they're in. So really now it's that logical part of getting it driving as a naked frame. That's why the charging plug's sitting on the frame. Okay. So we're actually going to drive this without the body on it.
Nice.
Once it's actually driving, we're going to dry fit the body, which is beautifully in primer right now. Make sure that it's perfect before we remove it and do the final paint.
Will you bring this to any particular event, or is it going straight to the customer?
The owner potentially is kind of keen to go to events in Florida and go around this area.
We would love to, you know, and the customers has spoken interest to bring it to SEMA, but of course that requires sponsors and things like that.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm pretty sure we can talk to a few people because this will bring a lot of interest at SEMA, not only in general, but in particular for the whole area dedicated to converted to EV cars and modified electric cars.
And he's doing a full-blown paint job with the painted stripes and everything, and all the names on the side. He's really invested. It's going to look like a really beautiful car. Yeah. That's why we're trying to make it look absolutely exquisite as best as we can.
In a weird way, it's too nice to only make one. the
I
solution
know.
you have found just seemed to work. So we'll see once we can drive this beast.
Yeah.
But it just sounds like
the
you should make
performance
them,
is
yeah.
going to be astonishing.
Yeah.
After driving the other cars with the motor it's got in, it's like if you go for the 450 horsepower motor, first of all, it's 100 horsepower more than you need, but you're adding 100 pounds behind the rear axle. So we're really focusing on performance, on acceleration, staying, maybe 5 seconds if we can,
Less
but
than
with
that.
the handling as well to go with it round corners, so you haven't got that weight out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's check out the rest of the workshop.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Over there, so I also have my own company, and I shoot content, and that's my 3-axis CNC machine. I'll cut aluminum titanium.
What's the YouTube channel?
RSS Industries. So on YouTube, we have that. This is the Ollie first prototype. So this is the concept. This is what we pushed. And over here is actually some of the molds for the Jolly, funny enough. It takes so much effort to produce a car out of composite, and it's not our first one ever, but we wanted to move to something far easier and quicker and cheaper to produce, but still keeping great quality.
It looks fantastic without the roll cage also.
It does, yeah. People
Show
can
the
choose.
back seat off.
Oh yeah, it's just fantastic.
So the back seat, what we did was we measured Ross and myself, and the goal was we could sit behind each other.
Yeah. All right.
I'm 6'3", he's 6'5".
yeah.
So,
So see, there's plenty of room, and
yeah.
because Mokes just don't have the room. Great product, but we wanted to make something far better.
Also, that back seat folds down. So when you've got loads in the bag, you can actually just fold it down and go to the beach.
Yeah.
So that's like a Cybertruck, like it's a pickup
Yeah.
Yeah.
finish truck.
Built
We
to
also-
be used.
We also looked at a cooler that fits in the bag that actually gets 110 supply from the car. So it's actually chilling your drinks while you're on the way.
So you can go to the beach with your beers.
Exactly.
What do we have here?
So this is an electric. It's a 5.3 liter LS powered Jaguar. Now it's based off of the 1950s D-Type Jag. They made a road version called the XKSS. And so 7 years ago, we were discussing, he asked me, what car do you want to build? And I said, I want one of these. So for 4 years, I hand sculpted the body.
Wow.
The hood's completely carbon fiber. This is all composite. It's absolutely solid with custom chassis. And then made it to the 5.3 liter LS.
All right.
So it's disassembled right now because I'm getting ready to build a proper firewall, but the exhaust wraps around like a bullhorn on both sides. Yeah. And then it's got a Porsche 944 rear-mounted diff and transmission with quick throw shifting. But for my company and content, obviously we work together, my dad and I, and then I'm having my own business venture, and then this is something I really want to bring to big car shows.
And Ross has content of this driving.
Yes.
And it sounds fantastic.
Oh,
This
it's just wrong how fast this thing is. It's a bullet.
Next project, what have we got here?
So this is a conversion from an original Fiat 500. So we've taken the gas motor out, we've fitted a complete electric system in the rear, and then Tesla cells will go up front. There's lots of companies doing it, but our client came to us and had a set needs. He didn't really want a full restoration, he just wanted the drivetrain,
Okay.
Pure and simple, enjoy it, drive it.
We've done one before, a little blue one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And just had an inquiry for 10 more.
Oh,
So we'll see, because we've made a quite simple way to do it with our own motor mounting that uses existing gearboxes from this year in other years. So we can just CNC mill everything.
so will it be a bit more tricky to find the base donor car?
So this
than-
is a company in
it's
Rome
already
that's
out
already
there?
building
Yeah.
them,
Yeah,
but nobody
alright.
wants the gas engine or the manual.
Okay, well,
So we'll take it over.
it's actually in pretty good shape, isn't it?
It's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. And the key thing is not damaging it because we can't respray it. The patina is
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. And then maybe my favorite one here.
Oh,
No, that sounded good.
I think that's the.
All right, what have we
They're
got?
probably doing that because you're here.
I don't know.
So I worked in Land Rover back in England and living up in the Cotswolds, and really wanted to do I love the old 1964 era. This is a 1968. But I managed to find all the body panels online and then repainted them all the same color. I didn't have a chassis and stuff, so we built a chassis for it.
Wow.
It's got air ride suspension, disc brakes, because my old Land Rover kicked me in the ass I had a Series 1 in England, it's like a goat. So this had a Hyper 9 in the back, so 100 horsepower, rear wheel drive, air ride suspension, disc brakes, so it drove and handled beautifully. As an individual in it, it was comfortable, and then when people jump in the back, you just jack up the back.
To compensate, yeah.
But while I was doing that, I moved the steering wheel 2 inches towards the middle, because they were always too far off to one side.
More elbow room, yeah.
There's no center pedal box, gearbox area, and actually moved the pedals 6 inches forward.
It's very comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see you have to go in, and the floor's not in there. But so I changed the bulkhead because the passenger's foot, now there's so much room in there. and then I move the pedals forward. So again, this is another prototype that I did 6 months of driving on, and now we're going to do an upgrade on the motor. We actually got the Hyper 9 to break the gearbox. So this will have a Model 3 motor put in it, with the same pack module as we're putting in the Cobra.
Okay.
That's the logical thing. But then it'll need better suspension and handling, because
It might be a bit heavier, you reckon? Or?
it's all within. It's actually the handling of the suspension going around corners and misbehaving. You want it tighter. But when it lowers, it's hilarious. When it drops to the ground,
Oh, it slams.
it slams. Yeah.
How far down does it go? Another 6 inches?
The wheels tuck in completely.
Which looks cool.
Yeah, it gets it
looks
very much gets that
fantastic.
stanced.
But your wheels
Style.
do touch when you turn the corner.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And the back can go lower as well. But it just changed the whole stance of the vehicle.
Did you use Range Rover springs or just an aftermarket?
It's actually got.
system?
I use scrap parts again because a lot of our cars. This is a VW Super Beetle front suspension because I had it lying around. Because we stripped it out of another project. So this chassis was made of scrap steel and stuff, but it's got a VW front suspension. The rear arms we custom made, but it's using VW hubs.
Good stuff. What's next for the business or the businesses?
Well, working together to grow the Ollie brand, which is, the fully aluminum Moke-styled cars.
Because we've done a lot of film projects in the past, like RoboShark for the 16-foot great white robot hanging out up there. So we often get film projects or inquiries to do underwater filming, and then we go off and do that. We're seeing how the Ollie interest comes. Now we've got a kind of proof of concept, and that would be our main focus, is getting that into full production for resorts,
Yes.
for rental operations.
Yeah, and then Mike, RSS Industries, we work together with it, and I want to bring this, showcase it, share it with the world, and then also, I work with clients on engineering consulting, so product design, things like that, not just with cars, but growing that company, content creation.
Plenty of fantastic projects. I look forward to coming back. Maybe tech
Oh,
the
yeah.
Cobra for
When's
the Daytona for
that?
spin. Well,
December?
whenever you're ready.